Forza Horizon 3 is a scam. A few months ago, I made a video talking about the greedy-ass practices of Turn 10 and Microsoft when it comes to the Forza Horizon 3 and the Forza series in general. In that video, I talk about their greedy-ass practices and what you get for your money compared to other racing games, and other games in general. This video will be on the same topic, but now that Snow Mountain has come out and the future card packs and expansions have been leaked, I think it's the perfect time to make this video. I may be reiterating a lot of what I said in that previous video, but again, I'm going to be adding a lot more to this conversation and a lot more to this discussion that, frankly, the community should be having, and I do not see this going on anywhere. Now, Forza Horizon 3 was the first Forza game I majorly got invested in. Right now, I play it every now and then, but I'm level like 300 something in the game right now. I play it every now and then again, mostly with friends, and the game, just for whatever reason, just turns me away. It just turned me and my friends away from playing. I mean, you look at Straight Up Hippos channel, he hasn't done Horizon 3 in a month. Niner Fan Gaming hasn't done Horizon, hasn't touched it in months. I haven't touched the game in months. The last video I made on this game was talking about how boring it is, and that was a few months ago. Something about this game just turns me away, and a lot of that I put in my Horizon 3's boring video, because the game legit it's a pretty boring game once you get through it. But there's something else that just turns me and my friends away from playing, and the thing is, we don't get that with other racing games. We don't get the same feeling with Need for Speed. We don't get the same feeling of not wanting to play as like Drive Club. We don't get the same feeling as The Crew. I mean, with Need for Speed, The Crew, and other racing games, they're pretty much the same principle. You do races, unlock cars, blah blah blah, get money. Same practically with Forza Horizon 3, but something with Horizon 3 just makes me think of this game less than the other games. Because I go on Need for Speed more than I go on Forza, and that game has not been updated since April of 2016, so, I mean, and there's nothing really keeping me playing Horizon 3. Now, what is that, you may be asking? Now, the companies behind Drive Club and Need for Speed and The Crew, they're great guys. You can tell that they actually put effort into their games, and, like, there's a difference between a game and a product. Need for Speed's a game. The Crew's a game. Drive Club's a game. Forza's a product. The difference is, a product you use, a game you play. The problem with Forza is, it's used by Microsoft just to gain their money. That's all it is. There is no love put into this franchise. You can easily tell. There's love put into Need for Speed. Yes, the physics may be absolute garbage, and there may be a lot of problems with Need for Speed, but you could tell there was love put into that game. You could tell for all the games that have a lot of negativity spread in them, like The Crew, like Drive Club, like Need for Speed. The games that actually try and do different shit are usually the ones that get pounded in reviews and shit, but they're the ones with the most love in them. Forza obviously does literally nothing new. There is nothing new comparing Forza Horizon 3 to Forza Horizon 2. There is nothing separating the two, really, aside from a new map and a couple new things and a couple new cars. There's really nothing else. It's the same bare principle. They play it way too safe. It's literally just a copy and paste. You could probably make this game in 6 months with the amount of assets they have from previous Forza games. They could have made this game in like 6 months, maybe, even like that. You could tell they did not spend that much time actually playing this game. And I actually have it open right now on my TV. I'm just looking at it. You can tell nothing is really new, aside from the drone mode, which, again, probably wouldn't take it too much. I mean, the drones aren't even rendered when you're in drone mode. So, it's legit just a script. Like, there's a shadow, but that's it. You can't see other people's drones. It's literally just a script. That took how long? Now, obviously, going back onto Forza, just in general, you could tell that they didn't really care much putting in this game, and yet Forza's getting the highest reviews out of all the racing games. And that kind of angers me, because you have games like Need for Speed, The Crew, and Drive Club who are doing shit differently and are trying to do new things, and yet they're the ones getting pounded in reviews. But you get Forza doing literally the same thing as it did 2 years ago, and it gets praised as if it's like the best game in the world, when literally it's just the same thing you got 2 years ago. Nothing's new. Now, if they, I mean, they can keep the same principles and stuff. Like, use all your assets and stuff. Like, use all the assets you have already built up. Using assets is a good thing from previous games. That's a good thing. That's how you build games. But legit, actually do something different with the game. Mix up the gameplay. Bring us new things. There are like no new game actual race modes in the game. There's no drift mode. There's nothing like that. You could tell that they kind of rushed with the map. A lot of it's just the same old, same old. And legit, a lot of the things they could have put a lot of time into making this game. They spent probably 6 months making the game. They could have used the rest of their time to actually add shit to the game and actually make it a game worth playing. Because it's not a game worth playing. Now I want to go on to the monetary side of this. Now, because there is, basically. You can get this game. Okay, you can get games like Need for Speed, The Crew, and Drive Club. You can get those games for less than $60. And you're getting a better product than this game. And the thing is, if you want the full experience of Forza, the way I just described it, if you want the full experience of practically having the same thing as Horizon 2, if you want the full experience, you're gonna have to pay more than $60. You're gonna have to pay, okay, so let's see here, let's do some math. Base game is $60. $30 for the car pass, and if you want the VIP edition, that's another $20. But you can save $10 off that if you buy the Ultimate Edition, which is what I did. I got the Ultimate Edition, which was $100, and plus $35 for the expansion. Well, the expansion pass. So if you want all of that, you're gonna have to. If you want the full game, you're gonna need to shell out $145. That's nearly $150 for the full Forza experience. Now, if there's not something wrong, I don't know what is. And I'm legit one of the only people talking about this issue. The only big YouTuber I've seen actually talking about this is Black Panther, and he basically built his channel on hating on Need for Speed Rivals, so it's obvious he's gonna speak out against shit. But legit, I don't see anybody, any of the Forza YouTubers talking about this. Like, there's something weird. Like, they keep taking it in the ass. I mean, just comparing this to a couple years ago in the Need for Speed community, when Rivals came out, and when Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012 came out, I liked 2012, but you could tell there was a decline coming in the Need for Speed franchise. People spoke out. There was a huge movement. This was a couple years ago. It's called Crank It Up, and basically kind of bullied this one developer, thinking that he was the grand schemer of the Need for Speed franchise. But the thing is, that actually kind of worked, because later they took a year off, and look what we got. We got Need for Speed 2015. Now, is it the best Need for Speed? Hell no. Far from it. But Need for Speed 2015 is what we wanted, mostly. And it's a step in the right direction. We're gonna get more after 2015. And we basically changed, as a community, we changed the franchise for the better. You don't see anything like that happening in the Forza franchise, because you can tell there's a definite decline coming to the Forza franchise. You have just shit like Horizon 3, Horizon 2, there's no difference at all, really. There's like almost no difference to the two games. And yet you have the community that's just taking it in the ass. Same with the Motorsport sub-series of it. You have 5 and 6, literally the same thing. Basically. You have that shit happening in the Forza community, but they don't care. They like taking it up the ass. They are willing to shell out $150 for basically a game that took 6 months, and it's just a literal copy and paste from a previous game. So I'm odded out about that. Everyone's just taking it. Have we as gamers become so jaded that we just accept this shitty treatment? But I'm not one for just standing by and letting stupid shit happen. Shit I don't like, I'm gonna talk about. And I know that people will listen. And there's a lot of people who talk about Forza, but they just don't have a voice, really. They're not like me, who have like a channel or something. They don't have a voice because they're usually just shut out. And this video is more than likely not gonna reach a lot of people, really. It's probably gonna get like 200, maybe 300. My Forza videos, when I'm talking shit about the game, actually do pretty well. So maybe 500 views, and that's it. I mean, actually no shit. Then again, my previous Forza video got like 6,000 views, so that's actually pretty good. But a lot of the people who are talking shit about this, they just get suppressed by the people who are like taking it in. And that's a big problem. We as a racing community should be talking more about the shit that they're on about, that Turn 10 and Microsoft are doing. Because this is literally just a scam. It's like, it's actually a scam of a game. It's a shell of a game. It's not really, it's a product. It's a product. Forza is a product. It's not a game. And that's why none of my friends want to play it. That's why we're turned off by it. That's why we go on actual games. We play actual games. We don't play products, we play games. And that's really all I can say. Forza Horizon 3 is just a scam of a game. And I don't like I go on it every once in a while just to like relax, and it's good for that. It's good if you just want to drive around, but other than that, unless I'm doing something with my friends, I don't like going on this game. And I'm just gonna, it's just a shell of a game. That's all it is. There's nothing that really makes me want to play more. There's nothing driving me. And there's nothing, they haven't done enough to this game to differentiate it from Horizon 2. That's all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. A lot of it was kind of rambly, but just the fact that you have to pay $150 to get a game that's literally just a copy and paste of a previous game. That's just wrong. Oh, I completely forgot. The expansion pass, that's $35. And the expansion, you got Snow Island, which was pretty much the same. I haven't bought it because legit, it's not worth it. The next expansion is more than likely going to be the Porsche pack, and they've done that for the past 5 years. And you can tell because all the cars were leaked when the developers accidentally leaked the like new cars and shit on the development build to the PC. I didn't get to play it, but still, they leaked the Porsche pack, which is legit just gonna be the next pack expansion. And by then, they're already have moved on to Motorsport 7. So legit, for $35, you're getting the Snow Island. That's basically what we call it, Snow Island, and the and Porsches. That's legit. That's legit all. And then you get a bunch of car packs that add new cars, and that's all. That's all you get for $150 nearly. Or you can get a game like Drive Club, which you can get for like $30 now. Probably even less. You can get the crew and its expansions for who knows. And the thing is, with the crew, you get a bunch of different game modes to actually play. It's like a bunch of different games in one. And then you have Need for Speed, which all its DLC is free. So I mean, yeah, the handling's kind of shit, but you still get a full racing game. You don't get a product with those games. You get a full game for less than it costs for the base price of Forza Horizon 3. And that's saying something. And that's all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. We as a community need to stay woke against shit and greedy practices like this. We need to like just stand up and against this type of shit, because we've been taking it for too long, honestly. That's all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a good one.